All right, so let's take a look at this ice bath that I recently just purchased online, purchased off Amazon. It is the Prodigy Ice Bath. Link will be in the description. $139, comes with a lid on it, and also comes with a little temperature gauge as well. So like for the price at $139, most of them didn't seem to come with those things. You can find some a lot cheaper, but I wanted that sleek black color that matches the furniture on my back porch. Could keep it set up on the back porch. This is what it looks like actually on the back porch. You know, obviously doesn't look as good as it does in the Amazon photos, but that's what it looks like right now. So I just want to do a real quick review of this ice bath and let you know what I think.
All right, so this is the very first ice bath I've ever purchased. I am just now starting to get into the ice bath thing. I have listened to a lot of different people that are using ice baths and all about ice baths, and just kind of getting into it. So this is my very first ice bath that I've purchased. So I went super budget and I bought, you know, one of the cheapest ones I could find. And my reasons for purchasing this one was the cheaper price, and it does have a pretty sleek, clean look to it. It matches. I've got two grills on my back porch with black grill covers. I've got black furniture. And so I just kind of wanted to match everything. I didn't want to buy some cheap white deep freezer to put out on my back porch, or my wife probably would have had a cow. So I didn't want to do that. And I don't have a ton of space left on my porch. I've got my porch pretty jumbled up with stuff. So this is what I went with. And so I want to talk a little bit about what I have learned about this thing so far. It is a pretty nice material on the outside. So I'll talk a little bit about the material first. The material on the outside seems pretty tough. It seems pretty rigid. Honestly, would probably actually insulate pretty well. It resembles one of them cooler bags that you get. And so pretty good on that. The top of it is just air. You pump it up with air and fill that top part up. And then it's supported by these rods that stick through these little spots right here. So the top part, however, you can see the lid is pretty flimsy on it. I wish the lid was a little bit thicker material on it. It's also a little bit loose and a little bit floppy. When you look at the pictures online, it looks real tight, real smooth, and that's not the case. It's got a little valve on the side where you can release the water. Pretty nice there. It drains the water out pretty quickly. I'm sure that'll work too with hooking up a water chiller or a pump if you wish. So be able to drain it out through there and then run a pump through the other side. Run that water chiller through. And that's about it on the material. The setup was super easy. That is one great thing about this ice bath. Like, pulled it out of the package, set it up in less than 5 minutes. You just put the rods in, pump the top up, and it is good to go. Or put the valve in, and then it's good to go. So it very, very easy setup, very easy tear down. I just took it with me to the beach recently, went camping. So it's great for taking with you on trips, especially if you're a camper. Set it up outside. Like, super nice to have a portable ice bath like that. So pretty good in that aspect, being able to set up and tear down easily. It does come with a lid, of course. So like, when I was looking at ice baths around that $100 to $130 range, most of them, a lot of them didn't come with a lid, or they didn't come with a little thermometer. So like, this one came with the lid, it came with a thermometer, looked pretty sleek. I liked it. You can get them definitely cheaper. Like, man, I think you can find these things for like 60 bucks, but they're like light blue and they're kind of odd colors. And I was like, man, I want a nice clean black one. So I went with this one. But so far, how it works, I'll go into, like, I can fit in this pretty well. I sit down, it'll submerge up to my shoulders. So, and I'm about, depends on who you talk to, but I'm 5'8", 5'9", and 195 pounds, and I fit in there pretty well. So works pretty nice for me. Imagine if you're somebody 6'5". I mean, the package I think says that someone up to 6'5" can fit in there, but I guarantee you if you're 6'5" or you just have a super long torso, you know, it might only come up to here. But for me, I can submerge right up to my neck, and my feet have pretty good room out in front of me. Like I can sit down pretty good in this thing. It's pretty wide around. So pretty good there. As far as holding, or as far as the insulation on it, like it hasn't even gotten real hot here yet in North Carolina. So like on the hottest day, it got up to like 83 degrees, and I had put ice in it that morning. I got it down to like 55 degrees the night before. Took an ice bath in the night before, 55 degrees. And then the next day I went to take an ice bath in the evening, and it was at 70 degrees. So that's an 83 degree day, and the low that night was like 58 or something like that. So like the temperature rose to 70. So that evening had to put two 16-pound bags of ice in it to get it from 70 to about 55, 50. It went down to 55 degrees, and then when I got in it, it warmed back up to like 57. So I don't think that it insulates very well, right? If you live in the South, you've got this thing on your back porch in the direct sunlight, like this thing is gonna heat up quickly. I imagine in the summertime, this thing's gonna get pretty hot. So I'm gonna have to just keep chunking ice in this thing if I want to use it every single day, right? I'm not using them every single day, but for somebody that uses it every day, you're gonna have to put a lot of ice in it. So there, you know, look, you're probably gonna have to buy 4. I don't know, but it gets really hot, maybe more than 4 bags of ice a day. But I imagine, like right now, I'm having to put 2 bags of ice a day in it, and that's, you know, even using it first thing in the morning, I have to throw 2 bags of ice in it to get it to the right temperature. So, because if I'm doing morning ice baths, I'm doing evening ice baths, probably, you know, as it gets hotter, 3-4 bags. I put a lot of ice in it. So that's where that water chiller comes in handy. That may be the next thing that I buy if I like doing the ice baths and see some benefits from it. And I'm going to buy a water chiller. So I'll review that when I buy one, or if I buy one. But I think it'll, you can buy a water chiller. You know, they've got some of them listed. I hadn't done a ton of research on them, but $500 to $900. I mean, I've seen some cheaper, but I'd be a little apprehensive to buy the cheaper ones. You can go on Facebook and get in some of these DIY ice bath groups. I just recently got one, and it's pretty cool because you can see a lot of what people have done and try to figure out what will work for you. But so I may try to get a water chiller. They're pretty expensive, but in reality, if you're buying 4 bags of ice a day, $2 a bag, you're spending $8 a day, you're spending around $240 a month on ice. Pretty big expense, so better off to just go ahead and buy that water chiller, right? So, which I'm not using that much ice at all right now by that any means. I'll probably buy a commercial ice maker as well if you got room for it. But that's about it for my review on this thing. If you have any questions, specific questions about this, feel free to hit me up in the comments. Ask me, and I'll be glad to give you an upfront, honest review on it. I'm not tied to this company in any way, so I'm glad to give you my thoughts on it. And don't forget, please, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to, hit that subscribe button if you hadn't already. I'm going to try to start doing more reviews of some of the products that I use for health and fitness, and just try to put out free health, fitness, strength, performance, weightlifting, muscle building, yada 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 information. So if you're into that and you like it, just give me a follow.